Good evening, Council. My name is Jason Osborne, representing Crown Castle. This will be a little emotional for me, but I am a proud resident of Sonoma County. I live in Petaluma. I have more than 10 close friends that I can identify that have lost their homes. And one of the biggest things, and I'm in telecom, so I can state that as a fact, 77 cell sites were burned in the area. There were over 400 people missing where people couldn't get a hold of their families, myself included. My mom lives on Pembroke Avenue, which is less than 1 block from Coffey Park, which, if you remember any of the news, that entire subdivision was destroyed. The cell site that was nearby, Pioneer High School, was down, and I was unable to get hold of my mother for close to 12 hours until I tried to drive up there myself. So I just want to go on record and state that since this fire has happened, there have been a number of news organizations, from PBS to KQED to the National Weather Service, that have stated that the networks being down, I'm getting a little off, sorry. There's an online article from KQED on October 13th stating that the communications in the regions have been difficult since fire broke out. The National Guard has brought in a satellite cell system to help connect loved ones. On October 15th, the Sacramento Bee wrote an article titled "Northern California Wildfire Exposes Emergency Alert Weakness in a Cell Phone Era." We've stated a number of times that we understand that people can make calls in the beautiful city of Piedmont, and there's no doubt.
For the time again, my name is Emmy Weisner. I apparently have terrible handwriting. And I just wanted to comment that we are looking at this issue now on the heels of the veto of Senate Bill 649. And in the wake of that, there is an anticipation that this veto will give communities more input and control relating to as many as 50,000 new proposed cell towers in California.
And then lastly, I just wanted to comment on the emergency threat issue. And Mr. Osborne, if you're here, I'm very glad that your family is safe. And I think all of our hearts and our time and our volunteerism has gone out to people in Sonoma and related counties. And the emergency threat keeps getting put out there by Crown Castle. But I just want to remind us, if there were fires here, those cell towers would be burnt and they wouldn't be helpful, right? And if there's an earthquake and the vents, we don't have electricity because there's no backup ventilator on the vents, then they potentially don't work as well. So I just wonder, what is the real solution in the event of emergency? And maybe it's more of a, endorsement for landlines and keeping your landline than having more cell phone coverage. Thank you.
Already a cell tower across the street at the Piedmont Church location. Is it truly necessary to have 2 cell towers right across the street from each other? Crown Castle and Verizon are service providers. This means that they are supposed to provide a service to customers who want that service. Since there is no significant gap in coverage in Piedmont for either text or phone calls, Crown Castle and Verizon are trying to sell us service for future products they would like us to buy. Please consider what this means in the face of what you have been presented by Piedmont residents over these last 2 months. A vast amount of evidence showing the damaging effects of this added service will have on every person, animal, and plant in Piedmont, many of our homes, and on the beauty and character of our city. Given the clear and strong message you have gotten from Piedmont residents whom you have taken an oath to support and protect, why are you considering the approval of even one of these antennas? Is it because you have been advised by attorneys that this is the best way to avoid a lawsuit? We hope it's clear to you that Jonathan Kramer has pro-industry bias in all of his legal advice. In addition, sometimes it is critically important to do what your conscience tells you is the right thing to do, even if it flies in the face of what others around you are saying. It couldn't be made more clear that the right thing to do for your neighbors, your friends, and to your constituents in Piedmont is to ensure that this city and its residents are protected from any further service in the form of cellular antennas. We are begging you to take a stand, do the right thing, and deny these applications. The force-feeding of service to people who are simply exercising their rights to protect their property, their safety and happiness needs to stop. Thank you very much.